Or say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Welcome back to another video. I've got another series ready for you this week on our quest to find the best, the most OP, the most broken, the most dominant tanks in the game. And we're going to feature tier 8s this week. We've done this series for tier 10 and tier 9, where we look at results, the most extreme results, the most extremely good games. And we look at the tier. We look at light tanks, medium tanks, TDs, heavy tanks, and SPGs, each class one by one. Now we could look at statistics, overall statistics, and say, oh, this tank has 3% more average damage than that one. That makes it, better. And we could look at the complete averages, and that would be very scientific and it would be very boring. You can do that. But what we figured out, or what I've figured out, or what I like, what is more entertaining for us is to realize that there's different tanks that are better at different things. And that shows up in the extreme results. People load all their best games on websites, replays. So I'm going to filter those uploads and try and find the absolute best games, the most extreme results. And what happens is if there's a tank that's just on average a little bit better, that maybe if you look at all the games, you find out that it has a whoa! It's crazy stuff. I know. If there's a tank that, say, on average does 5% more damage than every other tank in its class, in its tier, you might say, well, 5%, that's, you still need a good player to, is it balanced, is it broken? But where it really shows up is when you look at the extreme end member games, those absolutely amazing games. Then you find out that of the top 10 games played, say for tier 10 light tanks, the top damage games, 9 out of 10 of them are EBR 105s. Even though on average the EBR 105 may only have 5%, 4% more damage than all the other light tanks. It shows up in the extreme results because the crap tanks don't even have a chance of getting those extreme results. We found some broken tanks and some cases where there were a lot of different tanks in the top 10 results. So probably not anything broken at that. Let's go over here to the World of Tanks replay site and start our examination of the tier 8s. And we've done it for tier 10s with all the different classes here, right? We've done it for tier 9s. You can watch those series. They're already on YouTube. Let's look at tier 8 light tanks to start. And we're going to show all the results. And there's thousands and thousands of games that people have loaded on this website, and we can sort these any way we like. Let's sort it with damage. Damage assist. Light tanks are supposed to spot. Let's find out what happens here. The number one best spotting game for a tier 8 light tank is an ELC even that did over 14,000 spotting assists. Then the WZ132 had the second best game. The Pan Hard EBR. The Lynx. The EBR. The Bat Chat 12T, the Walker Bulldog, ELC even, and another ELC even. The ELC even was in there a lot, and so were the wheeled vehicles. But what I do notice here is that it's the same map. It's the map that's broken. Actually, I think what this is showing us is that, of course, there are some maps that are absolutely critical to have good spotting. And on this particular map and a few others, this one shows up 9 out of 10 of the top results. If you have a slow tank that could be a good passive spotter that's equipped with binocs and a camo net, you can have really big games here. And the ELC has the best concealment and would be the best tank for that. And if you have a tank that can actively spot, you're going to just run around like a chicken with your head cut off on a map like this and do a shit ton of spotting. So, of course, the EBR wheeled vehicles have the biggest advantage for active spotting on this map, and some of the other tanks, it looks like the ELC and the Bat Chat and the WZ could do some passive spotting games. Now we're not going to watch just the passive spotting game and watch the guy do 14,000 damage. Let's actually sort this now on damage itself, because light tanks, all tanks in this game do damage. It's all about doing damage. Let's sort there. What are the most extreme results for damage? Number one, EBR. How much did he do? Holy shit, almost 7,000 damage. Number two, best game, EBR. LT432. EBR. Lynx, wheeled vehicle. EBR. LT432, EBR, and links at the bottom. Okay, so wheeled vehicles rule. 8 out of the top 10 extreme results are wheeled vehicles. Let's watch these two games. We're going to watch the top game here, see how that EBR got over almost 7,000 damage, and the third game, the LT432, because I don't want to watch 2 wheeled vehicle games, all right? Incidentally, let's also sort this on damage blocked by armor. Just as for information, let's see, LT432, 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 LT432. It's not broken, it's balanced. Let's watch the 2 games. They're not the 2 top, the number 1 top damage game, EBR, and the number 3 top damage game, LT432. The other thing that tells us is that, what was it? 8 out of the top 10 top damage games for light tanks were premium tanks. Get your credit card out, guys. You look at the extreme results and you can learn things. Okay, what I've learned from this is, hey, the wheeled vehicles are broken. They've got 8 out of the top 10 results. Okay, 8 out of the top 10 results. Extreme damage, top damage. The other tanks don't even have a chance. They have not a hope in hell. It's completely broken. And I don't know if this video is coming out before or after any nerfs that they may have done on EBRs. But, you know, ready to fire? Yeah, sure. Use your auto aim assist. There, snap them. They're broken, right? Oh, you got hit back. That's okay. It was just a little wobbly tire. Fix the tire. No problem. You actually took damage there. All right, let's just enjoy this game. But I think what this replay is going to show us is that how ridiculously, stupidly broken and how these things have just destroyed gameplay for all other light tanks. The only one that even has a hope in hell at tier 8 versus these is the LT432. Why? Because it's really a medium tank. Because it has armor, like a tier 9 medium tank. And at least it will not get penetrated by the HE spammed by these EBRs, right? All the other light tanks have been made obsolete. They're all garbage now compared to the this one, and to a lesser extent the Lynx, because this one's faster. It can actively spot. It has fantastic concealment. It can get close and close enough, even though it doesn't have the maximum view range. It can do that. Okay, how did he do that? Auto aim assist, snap. You know, it's perfect. This has been programmed into the game for our enjoyment. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's been programmed into the game to increase sales of this premium tank. So luckily, the LT432 can not be. It will not get penetrated by the snapping HE spamming wheeled vehicles. All the other ones, the Batchat 12T, all the other tier 8 light tanks, when encountering an EBR, if it's a decent player, remember, there's always the excuse and the argument, oh, you still have to know what you're doing, it's not broken, if a bad player's playing it, it won't be that bad. Well, of course, if the player doesn't know to load HE, if the player doesn't know to use concealment, doesn't know to use his speed, then yes, it's not overpowered. But that's not the question. That's not what this is about. If a player knows what he's doing, and look at this guy's loadout, he's got a lot of HE, a lot of heat, and a lot of regular ammo, and he knows exactly which one to use. If this tank encounters another regular light tank, he loads HE, he just auto-locks, drives around at 80 kilometers an hour, and snaps them, and will penetrate and do over 300 damage a shot. The other ones don't have a chance. But anyways, enough of that. No, wait, let me keep going. So it's not that, oh, well, you still have to know what you're doing. That's true for all tanks. The point is, you can look at the averages, and you can say, well, it's not, the bell curve of all the games. There's a lot of shit games. There's a lot of average games, right, that fit under the bell curve, and the average damage. Because remember, the minimum damage is the same for all tanks, 0. When a person has a terrible game. Like, what's this guy going to do now? crazy, right? When players have a shit game, even in the best tanks in the game, they do 0. So the left side of the bell curve is the same for all tanks, 0. Then the center of the bell curve is hovering around certain numbers that on average are not that different for each tank. Why? Because there's thousands and thousands of games. There's shit games, and the average, this one on average, I haven't looked, but it's going to be not that much difference in damage, a few percentage points difference in the amount of average damage, like all the games in EBR 75s here compared to the other light tanks. The average damage is going to be within a couple of hundred HP. But where it does show up is on the extremely, these games, the top 10 games out of the thousands that are loaded. The other tanks, the other light tanks that were not on the list there, don't have even a chance of having a game like this. Not a hope. It doesn't matter if they're driven by good players or if they're driven by bad players, not a hope. But even the best player couldn't possibly have a game of this magnitude in some of the other tier 8. Look at this. He loaded heat that time before the guy could even turn around, because he can reverse and get out of harm's way faster than some tanks can go forward, right? Okay, taking a hit there. That was a good trick. Gotcha! Because he can poke the ridgeline and reverse at 60 kilometers an hour. The other light tanks don't have a hope of doing that. And so I would go out on a limb and say that for tier 8, for the light tanks, what we've learned so far is that the EBR, this one, is broken. And actually, this one will not be nerfed, right? Because this one's a premium tank. Ha ha! Nerf all the other ones and then put this one on sale. That's a good strategy. That's probably the strat. We will remove all the other wheeled vehicles because they're overpowered and broken and they've ruined the game. We're going to leave this one in the game because it's a premium. It will show up from time to time in the premium shop. Right? Okay, what we've learned is that at tier 8, light tanks, the two premiums are the best. The EBR and the LT432. All the other ones don't even make the cut. The Lynx was up there, so wheeled vehicles and LT432. I would say the wheeled vehicles, this one in particular, are broken at tier 8. If you want to get the best tier 8 light tank, this is it. And we will probably do this series for these for tier 8 and look at different classes where we'll look at the top 10 results. And it won't be 8 out of 10, wheeled vehicle, 8 out of 10. It'll be, we'll look at the top 10 results and there'll be 9 different tanks. I predict that will happen. I don't know, for heavy tanks. We'll see. Stay tuned. And we'll do one of these per day. We'll cover all the classes. But in the case where you look at the top 10 games and you get like 8 different tanks, 9 different, then hey, there's a variety in the top 10. It means people are going to have great games if they play to the strength of the tank, or if they do it properly. It's not the tank that's broken. The results are more balanced, meaning, the tanks are balanced at that class. They each have strengths and weaknesses and need to be played certain ways. If we see results like that, that will be the case. What we're seeing here is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the map. It doesn't matter the condition. This one dominates because it's faster. It has the best gun. It has an auto-aim cheat that's been incorporated into the game. And it's got the best HE round. And what else? And all those things. Let's keep watching here. And let's shout out the player here. Who is this guy? It's Johnny Gurr. Johnny Gurr. You're being featured. The top damage game in this patch for a tier 8 light tank. Okay, now he should be dead, right? He's encountered an SU 130 PM. But that's okay. He can scoot away in reverse at 80 kilometers an hour. Now, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's a great player, right? Does anyone even believe that if he was in a a Batchat 12T, or name one of the other Tier 8 light tanks, and he encountered an Su-130PM face-to-face like that he'd get away, assuming the Su-130PM knew what he was doing. Not a hope, right? And that's what makes it broken, is that there is no other tank where you even have a chance to accomplish this. Because you'd be stuck there. Oops, I ran into him. I can't run away. I have to, I'll take my 4 little shots in my Batchat 12T, and then the Su-130PM pump you 2 shots and you're dead. Now, I don't know if that Su-130PM is a good player or not. That's not the point. But the point I'm trying to make is that what? Okay, well that helps when they leap off. It also helps when there's Muppets on the enemy team. Now, what I'm trying to say is that I would suggest that this same player, this great player, Johnny Gurr, in this game, in any of the other Tier 8 premium, Tier 8 light tanks that didn't show up on the top 10 list, would not be able to accomplish what you're seeing here, because they're just not capable. The tank is not capable of performing to be able to do it, right? He's able to do what he's a good player, yes, but he's able to do this only because this tank is broken, right? He can get back at 80 kilometers an hour now. He could show, the other ones can't. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyways, let's just enjoy this and rest assured that the results are telling us that this EBR for Tier 8 light tank is broken. No, I don't know what, I'm not, this video is not about suggesting the answers. So do they need to buff all the other ones? Do they need to remove it? Do they need to nerf it? That's not what this video is about. This is just showing you the results, okay? And now he's come here and, like, what other tank can do this? Watch. Oh, the Borsig hit me, my tire. Okay, I just fixed my tire. I just had a flat tire for a little while here. Now, I can just avoid his turret and spam HE at him, because there's no way that he can turn his turret fast enough to shoot me. And even if he hits me, my tire will probably absorb it. Which other Tier 8 light tank? Oh, wait a minute, my tires. Pump up that tire again. I got hit by the 2 biggest Tier 8 TD guns in the game, and took 0 damage. Now, what's absolutely broken about this tank is, we'll look at the post-game stats. He just got hit by a Borsig, his flat tire, and then he got hit by an Su-130PM. Oh, it was just a flat tire. So they didn't do any damage. What'll show up in the post-game stats is that 2 hits, 0 penetrations. Those 2 hits will be non-penetrating hits. Damage blocked by armor. How many? None. That damage was not blocked by armor. Wargaming will look at the overall statistics of this tank and say, oh, well, there's no problem. We've looked. This tank on average gets over all the games that we've watched, the statistics we have, the last 2 million games. It's been hit 3.75 million times, and its armor has only blocked 23 hits. It has no armor. It's not broken. Oh, we forgot. 743,000 of those shots didn't do any damage because the tires. They were critical hits. But the armor, it's not broken. The armor's not broken. It's stupid, right? The tire. You hit a little wheeled vehicle. Oh, if I did that in my Leopard, what he just did, I would have taken 900 damage. They're also physics broken, right? They don't take damage when they flip over. They're ridiculous. They're just flat out broken. He wouldn't have been able to do this in any other tank. And now he's got to, it's not over yet. We don't know if he wins or loses here. He's got to fight an Su-130PM. That guy's got a big motherfucking gun. He's a one-shot. That guy's obviously smart enough to know he's going to get me in the cap. He's hiding in the bushes there. Let's see if he... maybe he'll hit his magic tire and, pump it back up and just circle him and kill him easily, because this is no longer World of Tanks. This is World of... Oh, and he's spotted. He's dead, right? Oh, wait, hey! Pump up the tire. There you go. Absolutely and ridiculously stupid, ridiculous, the most asinine, stupid thing to add to the game. It's no longer World of Tanks. It's World of Clown Cars. Of course you don't see the target. He's left. He's gone to the garage. He's uninstalling the game now in frustration because he just got dominated by a car. It's just the most ridiculous thing, right? I mean, but the result, look at that. Incredible. Hits received 6, penetrations 2, non-penetrations 2, other I pumped my tire. Like, fuck off. But there you go. Okay, we know now. For Tier 8, light tanks, EBR. Premium tank, broken. In another category, as far as armor goes, LT432, 10 out of 10 results. Top 10 damage blocked by armor games for light tanks, obviously, because it's not a light tank. It's a medium tank that's called a light tank that you can buy for money. It's Russian. It's fun. You know, it's the best. Look, he even he ran into the building. Wow. So you're dead now, right? Because this EBR can just spam HE at you. No, this EBR can spam HE at you and do almost 0 damage because you have armor. You guys get the importance of that? This one's broken in another way, in that it's not a light tank. It's a medium tank fighting other with light tank matchmaking, right? Your counter. The reason this one is also broken is you drive this, you're a light tank. The enemy team gets a light tank. Unless they get an EBR or another one of these, your team has an extra medium tank because you have armor like better than some Tier 8 medium tanks. And the huge advantage to that is you can get lucky. Okay, if you're in a Bat Chat 12T and you encounter a Lynx, the Lynx presses HE, presses 3, shoots you, and does 312 damage. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay? You can maneuver, drive, you can do, be the top Unicom in the game. The Lynx is going to press 3, HE, auto lock on you with his auto aim assist, and shoot you and do 300 damage. If you're in one of these and you encounter a Lynx, he's going to press 3 if he's not thinking. He's going to shoot you, and the HE is going to roll for 12 instead of 300 because it will not penetrate you. It's impossible. The HE will not penetrate this tank. I mean, medium tanks don't even penetrate this tank, as you're observing here. And if HE doesn't penetrate, it's ineffective, right? If it penetrates, if a wheeled vehicle shoots a light tank and penetrates the HE shot, they're going to do full damage, plus or minus 25%. If they shoot a tank and they do not penetrate, it's going to roll for, I don't know, 12, 20, 30, like this guy. What did he roll for? 0, 0. Bounce, 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 bounce. Just lucky. You can be lucky. Yeah, there you go. Bounce. It's stupid, right? It's another stupid tank. So, being invulnerable or invincible versus HE just allows you to be lucky sometimes. This one not only is invincible versus HE, it's invincible to to a lot of guns because the front plate is auto bounce angle. You can literally just park in front of some tanks, even Tier 8s and 9s, with really high penetrating guns, but because of the angle of the upper plate, and because the upper plate is thick enough that their guns do not overmatch you, meaning their gun caliber is not 3 times larger than the thickness of your upper plate, you're an auto bounce angle. Even a Scorpion G, if he's shooting up at you at just the right angle, shoots you, if he hits your upper plate, it'll auto bounce. You ever shot one of these with the biggest guns in the game, and He's scooting across and you hit him and it just goes bing. We didn't even scratch. That one about ricochet. Well, it's those auto It's not that the armor's as thick as a mouse. It's the auto bounce. It's programmed into the game. If your shell hits and the angle is over, is it 70, 75 degrees, whatever it is, and your gun doesn't overmatch, it's a ricochet. It's an auto bounce. This is the auto bounce king tank. Well, let's just enjoy the game. Who is this guy? It's Ekal. Let me say your name right. Ekaisu. I'm not sure if I said your name right, buddy, but let's enjoy your game now. Playing your overpowered light tank. There he is. Ooh, who's that? Oh, he's spotted. That's okay. They can't pen you. He's bounced. How much has he bounced? Oh, 800. We're not watching the highest damage blocked by armor game, by the way. We should watch that for... We're watching the... Oh, let's see if we can take this guy out. See, you got him? You got him? You got him? You got him? No, you don't got him. He is spotted by those guys in the base there. This is not the highest damage blocked by armor game. This is the third highest damage game loaded for this patch. And let's see how he wins this now. It's pretty precarious. They're losing 8-12. He's got central position. This is interesting. There's someone there. Oh, that guy's going to hit you now. Are you spotted after you shoot? Are you spotted? Yes. Okay. Is he spotted? Is that guy going to shoot you back? He did not shoot back. Now he's going to wait to go stealth. This guy obviously knows what he's doing right now. He's going to pull forward. He's not spotted. He's going to detect this guy. He's going to shoot and pull back. And that guy pressed the trigger but did not hit, which allows him to take another shot. And he's just farming them right now. He's just making them look silly. They've got such a... And he bounced. Because that guy's just shooting slightly up at him and has hit the upper plate, and it's an auto bounce. Okay? So this is another tank broken in a different way that you have the chance to get lucky like that. Any other of the Tier 8 light tanks in this situation, including the EBR, I guess, don't have... Well, no, it could absorb the shot with its wheel, I guess. Yeah, it could. But any of the other light tanks don't have a chance to get lucky like that. Right? Even the other premium tank, the girlfriend tank, the German Bulldog, the Walker Bulldog. What are all the other Tier 8 tanks? Oh, look at this. Let's watch this now. He penned you. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Is he gonna pen you again? No. It shoots fast too. I forgot to mention that. What I was saying is, any of the other standard light tanks do not have a chance of getting a lucky bounce when that Polish heavy tank was shooting. They just don't have a chance. They're like auto pen. When you're talking about 10, 20 millimeters of armor, and there's a 100 and whatever, 105 millimeter gun shooting at you, it's auto pen. Unless he hits your track wheel or your gun, or I guess you could still get lucky, but it's so... It's such a low percentage chance to get lucky. Whereas this one, you quite often necessarily get lucky if they shoot your upper plate, which is even if they shoot your turret. And snap. Oh, your track is damaged. Yeah, you ready to fire? He just damaged your track. He's up over 1,000 damage blocked by armor. He's up over 1,000 damage blocked by armor. Come on, buddy. We are rooting for you. We are watching. This is the third highest damage game this patch for a Tier 8 light tank. The other thing I should mention, just in wrapping here as we watch him finish off this game, is that almost all, I think, 8 out of the top 10 were premium tanks. And that's one of the things you guys wanted me to do this for Tier 8, because a lot of you predicted that, yeah, all the best results will be dominated by premium tanks. Pay to win at Tier 8, boys. And for light tanks, that is sure the case. What was it? 8 out of the top 10 results were premium tanks. Let's do it now, buddy. Come on. You can finish this off. You can finish it off. He's waiting to go stealth is what he's doing. He's got to fight a KV-2. Where is the KV-2? He does not want to get there's the KV-2. Okay. Can he stealthily shoot the KV-2? The KV-2 is well, it's got a it can easily one-shot him now. Well, it's a KV-2, right? Probably a Type 5 Heavy would low roll on him, but the KV-2 can do it. Let's see how he handles this. He's got to be careful. Now, this guy is obviously a great player. And the other factor, obviously, guys, that we're going to witness in all these games, these extreme results, yes, you can get lucky, and I'm describing how tanks are overpowered in certain ways, and you can get lucky, but it still takes skill. You still, in every case where you have these extremely good results, the player knows what he's doing. You don't fumble around in the open like a Muppet and have games like this. So shout out to you two guys for these amazing games. A little buyer beware. Just because you can go out and buy an EBR premium tank or an LT432 doesn't mean that you are going to have games like this. But these tanks have the chance of having games like this, and some of the other ones don't. And now he's got him. Is he detected? Yes, he is. Oh boy. And the KV-2, I think the KV-2 shot. The KV-2 did not aim. He's going to send in a ticket now saying my KV-2 is broken. That shot should have hit. And he's going to get farmed. And he is dead. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, episode 1. Tier 8 light tanks, which is the best, which is the most OP, which is the most dominant, which is the most broken. We've discovered that for Tier 8, EBR, broken. LT432, broken. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed what you see, please subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep it going here. Tomorrow we're going to look at medium tanks.